Welcome to Empyrion Galactic Survival. And why are we actually on the new game screen? Well, what's actually happened, guys, is on the 21st of December 2017, if watching this in the future, they dropped a patch, Alpha 7.5.5. The patch actually fixes some issues to do with the lighting and increases the power of the solar panels, which were introduced as part of the 7.5 release. I'm going to look at that at the end of the video, guys, but a lot of the changes relate to the way a new playthrough starts. They've made some changes to the initial kind of wreckage. They've now introduced solar panels. I want to kind of highlight that and go through that with you guys. They've also introduced a new starter wreckage building called the Very Old Base, and I want to show that to you as well. So what we're going to do is just start a playthrough on Aku. I'm going to kind of play it from the perspective of a new player. But this is not the start of a new Let's Play. If you want to see a Let's Play on Aku and go through that, just feel free to add it in the comments. So let's kick this off, guys. What I've actually done, this seed 25604, took me a little while to find it, but it actually gives me the new wreckage base start. So we're just going to kick in now, guys. Yeah, so I just want to play this through just to show you the changes. I've also got a few comments about the new Robinson protocol, because they've changed the Robinson protocol, and strangely enough you can also get a Robinson protocol on Omicron if you're that crazy, and we'll maybe able to have a quick look at that. So here are, guys, we're coming down here. You can see the Very Old Base just there. I think I'm just going to head for it just to speed the process up. Normally I would go away slightly from it if we just land about there. So we're just going to come in here. Let's crash here. And of course, normally you'd be looking around trying to grab stuff to max out your capabilities. So there, so we found some silicon. So here we are, guys, we're down. God, this is familiar. You can see here, this is the Robinson protocol. For anyone of you guys who are new to the game, this is like a mini in-game tutorial if you haven't done the main tutorial. What I would recommend, though, is that if you're completely new to the game, that you do the actual full-length tutorial. That teaches you a lot about the skills. Obviously, they've got a bit of a bad spelling there. It says activate base, so there's a bit of a spelling mistake there. And of course, we're going to actually do the protocol just for the fun of it, guys, because I do want to illustrate a few points. And of course, you get the standard supplies here. And another quick tip, guys, if you are new to the game and you do want to do this protocol, follow it exactly. It can get a bit kind of stroppy. This is left mid now. This is equip pistol and the med kit and the food. And you can see move the survival constructor toolbar. So we'll just move the survival constructor there as well. And it says now place constructor. Now, again, if any of you are new, the survival constructor is like your kind of starting process where you can manufacture the basics. And of course, first thing it's going to want you to do is manufacture a motorcycle. Oh, such familiar territory. And it says there, and of course, what you've got to do is switch it on. And while that's actually going on, we'll just have a quick look round. It says here while the construction bike is being constructed. You can see here, guys, the fact that I can actually see the base. So this is a little bit of a redundant step, but if you happen to land due to the random seed some distance away, and it says now pick up the survival constructor. Yes, that's very, very important. I'll deploy the bike and then I'll just go to shift click and pick it up again. And it says follow the yellow marker. Well, the yellow marker's over here. It's a short stroll, which is quite good considering the fact that this is a speed run through. It says pick up survival constructor. Yes, I've picked up the survival constructor. I don't actually need to do it, because of course if you hadn't picked up the survival constructor, you would get to your base, especially if you travel several hundred meters on the bike, and then you'd have to go all the way back and pick the survival constructor up. And the survival constructor is key to getting, well, surviving. Now this is the new base. What I'm going to do is just get in front and I'll fire up the drone to have a look around. I've actually had a good look at this and I do like this base actually. The person who did it, sorry, I can't remember the name of the person who did it. I didn't actually put it in my notes for this video, but you can see it's now got a nice solid base. We've got some steps up the side there, and And of course this is the big difference now, guys. The starting bases do not have generators and fuel tanks in them. What they do start now with is solar panels, and that's the first big change to the way you actually start. And it says here, go and pick up personal container. And of course what you'd not used to do in the past, you'd come here, you go to the personal container, and of course it says you have to empty it. And then of course you'd look round for the fridge and the ammo box. Well guys, they have gone. So if I just to show you guys devices, there's no fridge in here, there's no ammo box, there's no additional cargo box, and you can see here there's also no generator or anything like that, as I've already mentioned. Now this comes to the reason that why I actually wanted to do this Robinson walkthrough, because it's what it's actually saying now is that you actually plant some fiber sprouts, because that's basically what it's actually saying on the growing plots here. Now that is fine for this base, but, and it is a big but guys, and it could be misleading for new players, let's get rid of that, is the fact that I think we're all aware that if you happen to have one of the starting wreckage bases that have got outdoor growing plots, the plants will often die because of the cold temperatures at night. So I'm not so sure that this should be part of the initial kind of startup protocol, but then I suppose this is just about teaching people how to actually do things. Of course we better crack on a little bit, so we'll just put this out. And of course it now says we're actually going to have to go out and gather resources. It says mine the displayed ores on either surface drill mode or from underground swings. We're there building 2 more solar panels. Now pay attention, it says 2 more solar panels there. Well, I will come back to there. And it also says chop down trees with the chainsaw. Now another point guys is, if you see here, I've actually got 10 biofuel. If I equip the drill and the chainsaw, and we can get rid of this. And of course what you also get here is an ore scanner, which is going to be very useful, although technically you don't need an ore scanner to get started. Now if I reload this, which is the mining tool, you will see you get 750. If I actually now reload the chainsaw for the same biofuel, you only get 125. Just to confirm guys, you can see here that one biofuel was only give us 125 fuel. In fact, I'll press U to take off my helmet as well. And I think what we're going to do is go out and chop down a tree. And what I want to do is, while I'm chopping the tree down, guys, watch how quickly that fuel goes down. See how quickly the fuel comes down? I know, true, this is a big tree, and we've got 3 logs out of it, which is more than enough resources for this start, also for when you're actually going forward. And what we're going to do now is we're going to do a bit of stone removal. Hopefully with a bit of luck we will get all the necessary resources to go to the next part. We've got everything except silicon. Oh great. Right, hopefully see if we can spin some silicon. If not guys, I'll just have to go off and mine it, and I will edit that out of the video. So let's just run over here. Go on. The greater gods of gaming grant me some silicon. Nope. Great. There's another rock there. Let's just try this one. I've got some cobalt. Okay guys, I'm going to have to go and mine some silicon. Let's just have a quick look at the map. Where's some silicon? There's some silicon right over there, so let's just put a marker on that. And where is it? It's over that way. So I'm just going to go off and mine some silicon. I'll be right back guys. Right guys, here we are. We're at the silicon deposit, and I'll just do a quick demo on quick way to mine guys. Is if you come up here, resource mining, and of course we've got the ore scanner, so we can actually see this. And mining with the drone is probably one of the quickest ways to mine. It's also one of the easiest actually. The trick to actually mining with a drone is not to wave them like this with the mouse. Do this. It's not particularly very efficient. The easiest way is just to kind of target in on one of the blue circles and just keep pushing the drone forward at regular intervals, and it will just carve its way down towards the hidden materials. Say this is the new mining method. Anyway, I think that's enough of a kind of intro, guys. I'm just going to mine this out. It's going to take a little while. So here we are, guys. We're back at the very old base. Now, if you look in the right there, just below the radar, it says access constructor, 1 solar panel and 2 pistol rounds. Now, remember the message I pointed out before? Let's get rid of that stupid thing, where it said 2 solar panels, and that is actually what it is. So what you've actually got to build is 2 pistol rounds and 2 solar panels. So what we're going to do is just put this in here because we need the logs to build the resources, and nitrocellulose, well, we need some fiber, get that underway. And I'm just going to build 1 of each of these because it's going to take a little while to do it. And I think we'll put some templates. I think what do I actually need? Whoops. So I need 2 glass plates, 2 steel plates, 1 optical fiber. So I think we'll be there. We've got silicon and we need 2 of those, and then we should be able to queue up nitrocellulose. Oops, no, I haven't got any of that, so cancel that. And that should build me, we need, oh, so we actually need 2 more steel plates, 2 more glass plates, okay, because of course we need 2. But I will demonstrate the weakness just to show that I'm not flanneling you guys. And we'll need some nitrocellulose. So if I take this out now, you won't get the instructions until the 2 pistol rounds have been built, guys. So that's another something you've got to be a bit patient with. I'll just keep an eye on that. Okay, right. And I'm just going to build the second one there. And you can see it says here, go outside, place both solar panels, check east and west on your compass before placing, as the direction of the solar panel variance on the sun makes a difference in terms of the overall average solar panel output. You should also avoid to place them behind obstacles and doors. Now, the other thing I have found, guys, is that you do need to put these down as sloped panels, and what we're just going to do is just rotate them. I think we can just shove them down here. And you can see where it says placement. We've got the 1 panel down as specified in the protocol, but it will not actually work. Got a nice sun on it. What we actually do need is the second panel. If we go and stand well away and just use the drone, I think sometimes the drone is actually easier with placing things like this, because you can actually get a bit more of a top-down view. Come on, mate. Okay, I'm just going to rotate it, and there we are. The Robertson protocol completed. Now you are good to go. What to do next? Expand your base with wood, concrete and steel building blocks. Build a large constructor for crafting more advanced devices. Unlock and build better weapons from the tech tree, etc, etc, etc. So yeah, so if you do go through the Robinson protocol to clear it, you've got to build 2 solar panels. And of course, if I kind of get in here, guys, now through here, let's have a quick look. We should have plenty of power flowing in there. We've got 260 kilowatts with an average output of 82 with a demand of 53. And what we should now get is this building up quite nicely. So that is it, guys. That is the initial run through in Aku. And this is the new base structure. And what you can do is actually, oops, I haven't put the jetpack on. We can run through here. And as I say, just have another quick look around the base. I mean, one of the downsides I can see is that for a new player, the solar panels will be both a blessing because they don't need to worry about the energy, but at the same time, you've got to remember is if you don't get these up and running fast enough, you will have a storage problem at night. And my main concern with this protocol is putting out the plants, because as you saw, I quite easily managed to get some plant fiber from the trees to get up and running. If we come and have a look in the constructor, we've got, well, we've got the 19 plant fiber here from the logs. So I'm not kind of sure why they actually felt the need for you to actually put that plant out. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm just going to have a very, very quick look at the Omicron start. So here we are, guys, we're back on the new game start, and I've set the location to Omicron. One thing I do want to show you, which was actually brought in on the 7.5 release, is they've now changed the difficulty settings to the point so that, and of course I play medium, and what they've actually introduced now is food and oxygen consumption here, so that there's now an extra bit of challenge. And I actually use a custom setting because I use faster construction speed and blueprints production speed, just purely from the perspective of recording. So that's it. And I think what we're going to do now, guys, is we're just going to leap in and have a quick look in. As I say, it's going to be a very much a quick overview. So here we are, we're coming in. Of course the starting base is very old because I haven't changed the seed. As I say, if you're new to the game, guys, Omicron doesn't have oxygen, has fairly extreme temperatures. You get approximately a day to get set up before life gets a bit hostile, unless of course you're playing on easy. But if you're playing medium or hard, life gets very hostile very, very quickly. You can get a nice top-down view of the base there with the solar panel. I think that looks really cool, guys. I like this base actually. So here we are, we're going to crash. And I will just accept the Robertson protocol just so I can show you guys the difference. Of course, we can grab that, and it's obviously we're down on the planet. And if I press F1, you can see here now. Now, one of the big differences is that you've actually now got to get down here, and actually this is going to be quite interesting actually, because you don't get a starting motorbike kit as far as I know. Okay, oops. That's actually quite interesting, guys, because as far as I know, you do not get a starting motorbike kit or an ore scanner. Okay, let's just do the beginning of this just to see how they actually present the things. So we'll just put the emergency rations and the small med kits on here. Okay, equip constructor, yes. Again, we're just going to rattle through this, guys, very, very quickly, and we're just going to we just put the constructor here. Access. So you actually need motorbike construction kit actually appears, so you do get a motorbike. Okay, that's okay. So even though I'm playing on medium, it's assuming that you're playing on easy. So that actually makes sense, guys. Okay. So that's my bad in assuming that you don't get a motorbike here. Now move and select your motorbike and place an O2 generator. Yeah, well, obviously we do need that because of course Omicron doesn't have oxygen, and of course we can access it. And of course what you want to do is only drop one of these in here. True, the new setup is the fact that you actually got there, and of course let's go and check out what we get in the way of a personal container here. How do we get into the base? Am I on the wrong side? Yeah, I'm on the wrong side, aren't I? Okay, guys, not a problem because we're not going to be playing this anyway. We'll just have a stroll around, and we're okay for temperature. Just see what we actually get in here from a starting perspective, because of course this is playing slightly different. Of course there's no generator or fridge or anything like that. Yeah, you basically get the same as before. Place a constructor. Yeah, so well, we'd have to pick the constructor up and go outside and place the constructor. Okay, wow, I think we've done that, guys. Oh, what's that over there? Can you actually see that? Doesn't show. I'm actually more interested in that over there. Anyway, I think we've done enough of the Robertson protocol. What I do want to do is actually go out and check that out, because under the 7.5 update they actually introduced some new points of interest, and I can't remember offhand what they are. I'm just wondering if that actually is what that base actually is. So let's just go have a quick look, see if we can discover it. And you can see I'm actually getting a bit cooked now. I'm at 51 degrees. Oh, new point of transport hub. Yeah, that's just the transport hub. Okay. And I think we'll just keep away from that because obviously that's got hostiles around it. We certainly don't want to go and upset them. In fact, I think this is where I'm going to bail out of here now. I think I've covered what I wanted to cover. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm just going to quit out to the menu, load my proper Let's Play, and we'll just go through the changes with the patch that affect a normal Let's Play. So I'll see you in a minute. So here we are, guys, we're back on my normal Let's Play, and the patch affects this in two significant ways. The first one is actually, if I go to stats, you can see my power is now substantially higher than it was before. In fact, if the patch hadn't dropped, the focus of this part would have been on putting out more solar panels to improve the charge rate on the base. Let's see what the charge rate looks like now. It's only 1%, but we should be actually gaining power now a bit more. So that's the biggest change, is that you now get extra power from the solar panels. In fact, it's what, 50% more. And the other big change, guys, is they've changed the lighting effectively back to the way it was before. If you watched my previous part, you would have seen some pretty awful black shadows where they changed the way that the lighting actually went. And I put up extra lights to compensate. And I think if I don't know if I just see. Yeah, that's night. That's normal now. So the light's a bit softer, but more importantly, you don't get these really dark shadows now. And I think that's about it, guys. Oh, here comes a jolly old patrol ship overhead as usual. And I mean, there are some other minor changes. I will put the full description of the patch into the video description. So there's only one thing left to do now, guys. So we're just going to come into here. Devices. It's nice to have everything back again. Access. And we're just going to build an artificial plants. Just put that here. And of course, if you do this, you right click, you actually get the option here. But of course, we're going to select the Christmas tree, which was added as part of the 7.5 update. So here we are, guys, we have a Christmas tree, and that brings me to the end of the video. So there's all that's left to do, guys, is to wish you all a Merry Christmas. Hope you have a really good new year, and in the new year we will be, well, taking this forward. What I will say, guys, is if you want me to start again on Aku or something like that, feel free to add a comment. I hope you get some nice new cool games for Christmas presents, and above all, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.